Financial Field on the south side of Philadelphia. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans, the Technics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First down throw for Prescott. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well. Because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line. And
he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jason Witten, 51 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Now it's Nugent out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. Ajayi hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
A first down carry by Elliott. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he's able to hold on to the football.
To throw is Prescott. Steps away to his left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Open space inside the 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. The pigskin on the 7-yard line now. It's first and goal. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8. And maybe more later on.
Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal. They come up in an offset eye. Prescott on 3rd and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jason Witten with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Now it's Nugent out to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit right at the 20. And out now come the Eagles. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the 2nd sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. To throw is Wentz. They set up the screen to Ajayi. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott on the move to his left. And some room to roam now. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt. Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. They'll run it with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Well, there was no secret there. They were in goal line formation.
The offensive line, which they eagerly accept. I haven't met a lineman yet that doesn't want to run the ball more than throw it, because they get to fire out and really smack someone. And, boy, they got it done. I'm sure they were encouraging them on the sideline. Let's go. And let's run the ball as well. And they put it in for 6.
Now it's Nugent out to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does, for a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
It's a gain of 3, and it gets him to 1st. Maybe a little sign of life here offensively, Charles. They get their first down. They didn't have any in quarter number 1.
And I think what we're seeing is great evidence of good scouting by both teams, right? Understanding what they like to do, their best plays, try and take those away early. So now we're seeing some adjustments, and they end up getting their first down.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion, or even worse, an interception.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Over the middle to Smith. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. 23 yards on the play. Now a play fake here on 1st down. To the right side, caught by Saleh. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Wentz now on 1st down. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything.
Because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Remain here in the 1st half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. They run with Ajayi. And he's brought down. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jay Ajayi taking it in. And the Eagles get a score closer.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And this one caught by Des Bryant. 12 yards there as they move the chains. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it? Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. Well, they've gone backwards so far in this series. 3rd and 13. Here's Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Here's Prescott. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. From the pistol, here's Elliott. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. This is caught. They give him a dozen on the pitch and catch, but now they're up against a 3rd and goal. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. And we're going to get a timeout. with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Running with Elliott, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott as time expires in the first half. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Big decision there. They say forget the field goal and go for it, and it pays off.
I wonder who was in the ear of the head coach on this one. Did he make this call on his own? Or maybe the analytics coach got involved. And a lot of times you talk about that all week before the game. Hey, if we're in certain situations, analytics actually says do it this way, which might be against the norm. And it paid off for them in a really nice way.
Cashing in and there on the final play of the first half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. A gutsy call there. Yates at the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They're already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
Wentz now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20 at the 15. He got 29 yards that time.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. This is Ajayi. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Eluding the pressure right. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. Now it's Ajayi. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now Wentz. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Trey Burton, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
It just drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Elliott now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. They go to Elliott again. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
On third down, it's Prescott. Complete to Jason Witten. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Dak finding his tight end Witten, and the Cowboys have a first down. They go play action here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Prescott, flush to his right. And this one caught by Beasley. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Cole Beasley, 27 yards. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Now it's Nugent out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll start out on the ground with Ajayi. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Wentz to throw on second down. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he is knocked down from the side at the 38-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's got some space here. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On play action, Wentz. He'll buy some time right. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. A handoff as they run the counter play. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Sean Lee. In from his linebacker's spot, he's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. On play action, it's Wentz. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. Room here to run. Oh, now he bowls him over. He's got daylight. 20, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now a handoff, running off, tackle right. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Buying time to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So that one will be accepted. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now it's 2nd and 7. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott looking downfield for Dez. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And some room to work. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's pelting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Dodge a bullet. They cover it up. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. That's a nice move by Ajayi. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 14 yards there on the pickup, and that'll make it third down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to be marked down deep in Dallas territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. In the red zone this time. Throwing on first is Wentz. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On second down, here's Wentz. Completes it to Aguilar. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they could do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator,
that's called being in the zone.